Hey guys, what is up? My name is Shane and welcome. Today in this video I'm going to be doing cam bearings. Got replacements because the ones that I was installing were messed up from the factory. And once that's done, actually I think I can pretty much get the rest of the motor done. But let's put these cam bearings in. Alright, so first one's in there, if you can see that. But now I just got 1, 2, 3, 4 left. For anybody wondering how I'm lining up the oil holes, basically this bearing here has 3 holes, one here, here, and on the bottom, and same thing with this bearing. And then the middle bearing only has a hole in the bottom, and then same thing with the front bearing and the rear bearing, they only have holes on the bottom. So basically how I'm lining them up, let me show you. I just put the bearing on here, basically. The oil hole with one of the ends of the hexagon or whatever this is. I can line up, then the top, I can put it upside down, basically, and line up the top and kind of just eyeball it like that. I mean, it's quick and easy. So I got them all good except for this one that I just did. It's not perfect. Let's see if you can see that. It's kind of hard to see. You got about half of the hole not lining up. So it's probably okay, but I'm going to take it out and redo it. Try to get more of the hole lining up. And for this one, just because I can, I'm lining up the oil hole in the bottom and the oil hole in the bottom of the bearing. Lining it up and then putting some Sharpie marks on the top. So it's clocked right and nice and easy. They're all in there, looking good. I'm gonna go ahead and fit the cam in there now. All right, so that's good. It went in there a whole lot easier than it did before, and you can spin it by hand. That's good. I can put the cap on the back and then start doing the front here, doing the whole timing chain and gears and all that. And you got to be pretty specific with this because they only go on one way correctly. If you mess it up, you mess it up. Alright, so they're lined up now. So now I should be able to put the gears on. Let's see if they're gonna line up for me. So that right there is perfect. The 2 dots and the center of the cam, everything lines up pretty much perfect right there. So, alright, so now I rotated it 180 degrees. Now, if you look at the cam and where the lobes are and everything, you know that it's top dead center, so it's at firing right now. This is where the spark happens in number 1 cylinder. So I'm going to leave it like this, so that way later on when I go ahead and put the distributor in, I can point it towards number 1, plug the wires in, and I should be ready to go. So I'm going to leave it like this. I'm going to bolt everything on and put the timing cover on, water pump and everything. This right here, this is for the the fuel pump. It has like a little thing. I don't remember if it's on top or it's on bottom, but it's got a little arm, and this rotates around there, and the hole is off center, so basically it wobbles, and when it wobbles it pushes the arm up and down of the fuel pump and pumps fuel. So that's pretty neat. This is the water pump gasket, and then we got our timing cover gasket right there. I modified the balancer a little bit, put 0, 10, 20, 30 degrees on there, just because on the Mopars you got 0 degrees, you got 10 degrees after and 10 degrees before, but the problem is when you're setting the timing, you'll get the mark on the dampener is mark that lines up on here, and once you get past 10 degrees before top dead center, it disappears underneath the water pump here. So it's pretty annoying when you're trying to time the thing. So I figured I'd make some marks. So this is the 30 degree mark, so it goes all the way up to 40 degrees, plenty, and so that should fix a little bit of a problem that I was having. There's the pan, it's on there. See the gasket right there. So everything's torqued down pretty good. I don't think it should leak. I mean, I put extra gasket maker in the corners there, and the 2 corners in the back as well. Yeah, let's hope it doesn't leak. So I think it's a lot better than that other gasket, the 4-piece. It's 2 side cork pieces and then a rubber piece just for the hump, and then a rubber piece for the hump in the back too. And so this lets there be no gaps, you know. Now I'm just gonna paint the motor. You can see the water pump and the timing cover and the oil pan are already black, scuffed up a little bit here, but yeah, that's what the whole motor's gonna be. Paint that I'm using, you can't really see it, but it's Rust-Oleum. This is the satin black. I use this for a lot of stuff, including, it's the exact stuff that I painted the bumper here with, and then the rear bumper. The hood is also painted with that, and then the trunk and the piece between the window and the trunk. That's all satin black, except this stuff was sprayed on with a sprayer, air compressor and all that. And then I also used it here, and I brushed it on, if you can kind of see the different kind of finish on it. There's a lot of paint on here. So the whole engine bay is painted with it. So I use it with for a lot of stuff. It's good paint, oil-based, and it holds up to the heat of the motor. So, I just don't care to go with any fancy color for the motor. I know a lot of people might go with, you know, orange or a red or a blue or something, but I'm good with black. There's also this thing, I don't know, they say that black might dissipate the heat faster too. I don't know. I don't know if that's technically correct or what, but, you know, I don't have any overheating problems, so maybe, I don't know. So let's get this painted and then see where we are at. So I'm just using a cheap little 1-inch like chip brush or whatever. Alright, so that looks pretty good. That's pretty much painted. I gotta clean up the edges around here. I think it looks pretty good. Nice and black. Pretty much ready to dry for a little while, a day or two, and then I can put it back in the car. So, yeah, pretty good stuff. It's basically done.